Well, I've got the pleasure of borrowing this 69 Plexi. I thought it might be fun to compare it to my headfirst modded 1979 Marshall 2959. As far as I know, the 69 Plexi is pretty much stock. It's just had a retube, belongs to my buddy Perry Ormsby of Ormsby Guitars, and I've got a standalone video pummeling it with a bunch of different guitars and riffs. It sounds pretty fantastic. The 2959 I acquired last year or maybe the end of 2023. I don't know, it's all been a blur, but it wasn't in great condition. I got Jason at Headfirst Amps, the Marshall Whisperer himself, to take a look at it and to do a few mods to it, namely bringing it in line with 1959 lead spec when you plug into this bottom left input over here. But because the 2959s had a reverb tank and a tube to drive the reverb tank, when I got the amp, there was no reverb tank, but there was the tube. Jason utilized that extra tube to add an extra Jose-style gain stage to the front of the amp. So if I plug into the top input on there, I get all that extra gain and sizzle. The reverb pot on the front panel was refashioned as a master volume control. So if you crank that control up and plug into the bottom left input, it's basically just a 100-watt super lead or Plexi style circuit. This is a 50-watt up here. They sound different, and I think they do different things better than one another, for use of a better term. Like the 69 Plexi just sounds like a 69 Plexi. It's a glorious sound. It's not the be-all and end-all of guitar tone, but it's pretty close, whereas this can get a variety of different textures. You can make it tighter and more aggressive. You can make it more flubby, old school Marshall super lead. I really like both of them, and I just wanted to play my Les Paul through both of them and play a couple of quick riffs so that you can hear the key characteristic differences and similarities between them. A quick note about the setup here. I'm running both of these heads into the Fractal X-Load and my free LTTV Mix 7 cab IR. You can get that one in the video description. However, I am taking the speaker through of the X-Load into my Marshall 1960B. It's got 75-watt Celestians. The IR is based on some greenbacks. I think I prefer the sound of greenbacks with these amps, but I don't have my Marshall 1960 TV cab here with me at the moment. This cabinet is also going to have slightly different impedance loading properties to the X-Load. I could have used the X-Load and I don't think I or anybody else would have noticed, but just so note, if you see me wincing, it is because it is so darn loud in this room, especially with this amp. So I don't think I'm going to get through too many riffs, but let's go anyway. of these amps are pretty exhilarating and satisfying to play through. You heard some tonal differences in there, and there's obviously a lot of common ground. One thing that I cannot get over is how much louder this amp is than the 50-watt Plexi. I knew it would be louder, but I thought they would be a lot closer. No, this is terrifying in the room. It's basically unplayable. You cannot be near this. It's like a thermonuclear explosion going off. This is loud, but it's like a good loud. When I went and picked it up from Perry, Perry was cranking it with one of his Frankenstrats, and we were both standing right next to the cabinet, and I was like, this is loud. Like, this is too loud for almost any situation, but it's that kind of pleasant loud, whereas this in the room is scary. I love the sound. I'm so glad it's got a master volume added onto it. We heard in there a clip with the master quite low where it gets really tight and chunky and almost JCM 800 or 2203 style, which this one doesn't really do. This one just sounds like a great Plexi. What a beautiful amp. I'm so lucky to get to play through it. I'm so lucky to own this amp, even though I reckon it's once in a blue moon that I actually crack it open and then remind myself why it is so loud. I can't get over how loud it is, everybody. We all know Marshalls are loud, but I think this one is a different sort of loud. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, links to support me directly in the video description. I'm gonna go have a lie down now. See you next time.